Okay. Am I live? Does it work? Okay. Work something. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. 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 Stop streaming. Huh. Okay. Hmm. Okay, what about... Huh. I don't understand how it works. Learning this content live. Live now. Okay. Streaming. Okay, let's do this one. Edit title and description. Okay. Which is not allowed. Okay. Okay. Am I live? Does it work live? Yes, it does work. Can you see me? Guys, it's a mess. I'm learning. This is a test one, and I'm trying to learn how it works. And everything is very delayed as well. So if you can let me know if anybody is here. Okay, guys, I think it's working. As I said, this is just a test. I'm trying to set up if somebody knows. So, hello, I see Dangle and see Rachchach. I see two people already. Maybe Tom. Okay. Okay, this is a mess. Let's make it smaller. I have a chat over here and that's visible. No, that's not visible. So that's visible. This needs to be here. Bro, how do I do that? I'm learning. So what I'm going to do on this stream, I will try to answer question about 1% low performance optimizations. A lot of people were asking me some specific questions about MSI Afterburner. Some people try to do the same settings and they didn't get the results. So we're going to talk about this as well. As soon as I manage to do it, you need 4 monitors. I have one. I have one connected at the same time. I mean, I've got other ones, but I think that's gonna happen next time. But you can see me, yes? Can somebody tell me if you can see me? I guess you can. But my problem is I cannot see the chat at the same time. So for me, the only way is to have it open, very tiny window. Doesn't matter, that's not a big deal. And what about this? What I'm doing? Okay, so for tomorrow, the proper one tomorrow will be with another monitor. I don't like using more than one. I'm also not sure if having more than one monitor that's got different refresh rate, I think it may affect performance. And I've checked online, more people confirm that, especially like 1% lows, if you show in games, if you play in games, it's not ideal to use one computer with different monitors and different refresh rate. And what professional streamers do, like very competitive gamers, they have separate PC just for streaming. My monitor is okay. So MSS Boo have a question. I play Minecraft windowed mod and my monitor is 180 Hz and I play with mods and locked to 60 FPS. Okay, so perfect 1/3. Should I use G-Sync or use fixed? I want more smooth motion. So when you are on desktop usually disable VRR completely by default, and whatever game you play, it's the VRR is actually not applied if you're not like in full screen. It can be windowed full screen, but it must be full screen. To activate VRR, which means G-Sync and V-Sync, you need to go to settings and apply dynamic refresh rate. Some settings actually I'm not sure if I can show because I think I can like dox myself as well. But normally you go to display settings and you can apply dynamic refresh rate. And then VRR on is on desktop as well. But on some monitors it can cause flicker as well because it works different on a desktop. When nothing is happening on a desktop and you have VRR on, it's actually, by the way, do you see full screen or not? Yeah, you see full screen. Yeah, you see this. Why this is on? YouTube Live control panel, set extreme. Can I close it or not? I can close, yeah? Okay. Okay. You can still see me? Because I cannot close this window, otherwise my text message, like this one, will disappear. We see full screen. Okay, excellent. And you see my face as well. You see everything. Okay, so the test is working, guys. The test is working. I'm very glad. I also can share you what I'm working. I'm working on a video, on a second part about Windows screwing you over, because I think that's the main purpose of Windows at the moment. I've made a video recently how Microsoft is finally fixing Windows Update habits. Beautiful habit, by the way, of downgrading your GPU drivers. Like, bro, what kind of habit is that? So I showed just a website with 4 different solutions how to fix the problem, and it kind of fixed, but it's very annoying how it works because it can interrupt the drivers update when you actually want that, when you actually want to update your drivers. And it mostly affects AMD and Intel GPU. Not many people have Intel GPU, but it can affect Intel as well. I'm not sure to what degree NVIDIA is affected. I've heard it is, but I don't know to what degree. And yeah, more people are talking about this. So Windows finally working to sort it out. Lots of articles, lots of people are talking about this. Now, this problem is known for years. I'm not the first one talking about this, but it's good to like spread awareness that sometimes if something doesn't work, it's Windows screwing you over or playing around, trolling. You know, like you have a friend just keep joking and at some point the joke is not funny anymore. So I think that's what Windows is doing for like 20 years now. I don't know for how long, but it's keep doing. But Microsoft is fixing that, which is amazing, but you need some context. Because you remember the problem when Windows was offering you to update and restart or update and shut down, and that shutdown option was restarting the PC anyway, and people were wondering, oh, did I do a mistake? It must be my mistake because there is no way Microsoft is having that bug for so long. Guys, this simple bug took a freaking decade to fix, to update and shut down, to actually shut down after update. Decade is 10 years. Bro, 10 years to fix such a simple problem. So I'm not sure for how long it will take them to fix that problem. Just because they are working on a solution, it doesn't mean it will be tomorrow. It will be in a short 10 years or 15 years, maybe a decade and a half. Bro, it was such a big news actually with this GPU, no, with this update and shutdown was such a big celebration that, bro, a freaking Forbes reported that Microsoft fixes update and shutdown. So in 10 years, it may work better. Now, do you still see me? Yeah, bro, exactly. Exactly. People were thinking they are crazy. They were 100% sure they made a mistake because there's no freaking way that multi-trillion-dollar company cannot fix that simple problem for 10 years. There's no way. And imagine you have important meeting. You have important meeting, you want to be prepared. You making sure the Windows update won't screw your presentation mid-presentation because it can happen. So you make sure all the updates are done before you go. On your laptop, everything done. Update and shut down. And you go to the meeting. And then the battery is drained. Maybe it's not a problem, you can connect the cable, but all your work, all your preparation to make you look prepared, it looks like you're not prepared, like you are not professional because you haven't even charged your laptop for an important presentation. How many people that simple mistake, that simple bug screwed? How many people? Like, bro, 10 years for simple bug. So maybe they take them 20 years to fix that downgrade of GPU drivers. So yeah, there's a lot of people. NVIDIA apparently was affected as well. And sometimes you go in crazy because you don't know if it's this problem or is that problem. Is it Windows screwing me over again with these drivers, or is something else, or it's AMD driver, or it's the new NVIDIA drivers, or Intel drivers. They are not for not being great, but maybe it's Windows. Why so rarely Windows is blamed for that? Because you assume they cannot be that bad. Well, they do a lot of things actually good as well. Vibe coded. Bro, how can I need to have, I think I must have another monitor, no? I must have another monitor, otherwise I cannot see that. I cannot see this windows. I need to have that window on another monitor. So I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Today is just a test. We're doing a test how everything's working. So my goal is to do every mistake possible today, as many as possible, the best mistakes ever, the mistakes you've never seen before, I will do on this channel, because I will try my best to be the idiot today, so I will reduce the risk of being idiot tomorrow. I will be probably, hopefully, less of an idiot tomorrow. You could use also a phone. Bro, that's a brilliant idea. I can use a phone, of course. Genius. Okay, I will use that tomorrow. Actually, this is the best way. I think that's actually the best way. Unless the phone started vibrating and trying to run away on a desk from me. So I need to turn everything off. But brilliant idea. Laptop, unfortunately, is gone. My wife took it. 10 years are back with Windows XP. So I'm gonna read some comments. My idea is actually to read all the comments and guys, be with you, have a chat with you, show some things that people were asking me about all these apps, especially MSI Afterburner with Riva Tuner. Gemini says money comes from Windows. Yeah, so Microsoft in general is a Linux company right now. Almost all the money they do is from servers, cloud, stuff like that. So they're mostly Linux company right now. And yeah, whatever money they make, whatever service they offer, it usually goes through Linux servers. They even have their own Linux distributions, like very specialized for servers, for cloud. And one of them have super cool name. It's called Sonic. Sonic OS or something like that. One of the best names for Linux. Ironically, and it's a shame it actually belongs to Microsoft. And NVIDIA the same. People complain about NVIDIA Linux drivers when NVIDIA is almost close to 100% Linux company right now because of AI. Everything AI is on Linux. NVIDIA has their own Linux distribution based on Ubuntu. And yeah, all the data centers, everything is on Linux. And what is interesting to me, NVIDIA does Linux drivers since the very beginning, pretty much, since the very first GeForce. And they were good. They were good. Not switch, but I started using Linux because on NVIDIA, it was faster for me to play Quake 3 Arena. I'm that old. It was faster on Linux than on Windows XP. So they used to do good drivers. It was the problem back then. There was no games. Very little games used to run on Linux back then. Okay, how many people we've got actually? I cannot even check how many people are on the right now. Okay, let's run some games and I will show you some things because a lot of people were asking me about all these apps. It's actually also fascinating that you have all those apps to measure performance, and all of them, pretty much all of them, give different numbers. Most people, like regular people, use MSI, Afterburner. Capframe X is used by Hardware Unboxed. Intel Presentmon is used by Gamer Nexus, but because all of them are showing different numbers, and fascinating for me part is, the moment Gamers Nexus started to dig in deeper, going through the rabbit hole of 1% lows, frame pacing, frame time graph, 1% lows, they pretty much slowly, or maybe quickly, stopped doing benchmarks. And even when they done Linux benchmarks, they didn't compare to Windows because they said themselves it's not comparable. Because if you're using different software, you get different results. And they're not wrong at the same time. Just because they're different numbers, it doesn't mean they are wrong. They are just testing at a different point in a long, very long, like a factory, like pipeline. So it depends where you check, you've got different results. And none of them is wrong. All of them are correct, just different. It's a mess. So it's quite discouraging as well. One of the reasons, like I started even doing this YouTube channel, like coming back actually to YouTube channel, is I wanted to compare Linux performance to Windows. And when I've realized it's not really possible, it was very discouraging. And I had to make a decision because if you know that, do you continue? Do you pretend that this problem doesn't exist? What? 30 people? Bro, 30 people! Just to test, just to see me like fumbling around, not knowing how to do live stream. I don't even know, bro. Now it's too late. I don't even know where is my phone. Guys, by the way, thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. Guys, I love you. You know what? Why I'm doing this channel? Why I'm doing this video? What's the best part for me doing this video? Is you guys. Is the comments under the video. Me making very simple video. Like, guys, I just apply the limiter. And that's it. And boom, like crazy popular video. But the comments underneath, like I'm learning with you, going through that rabbit hole. A lot of people actually saying that it's a rabbit hole. And we're going together. We're going together through that rabbit hole of performance, Windows, Linux as well. But I don't recommend Linux. Even though I love Linux on my channel, I don't recommend. I don't not recommend as well. But I'm also aware that Linux works best if you play single player games, and ideally you have AMD. So what percentage of people is that? AMD GPU, single player only. I love Linux, I'm in that niche, but hopefully it will change soon. So we have a choice. Not that we can switch, but we have a choice. I'm having a choice of operating systems. Hopefully we can choose between macOS for gaming, Linux, Windows, and all of them, hopefully, I wish, work amazing. And Windows does some things that Linux cannot do. Like I have choice of different application, for example, or I have a choice of using, where is that app? This one here, this monster here, very scary. This one here, a lot of people are scared of this one. You open that, it's like million numbers. Okay, so this one here, I love this one as well. Okay, you know what? Let's play no, not play a game. I'm not gonna play a game, but let's start a game. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And we can talk about MSI Afterburner. I will show you some tricks because a lot of people keep asking me the same questions, which means I failed to explain. So hopefully, let's try again. Maybe I will do a better job now. Where is a game? Bro, I cannot even find it. Library. Okay, here you go. Let's start a game. While recording, play the game, and MSI Afterburner. Does the screen go black when I get these messages for you? Yeah, it's just a test, bro. Aurocus, it's just a test. I'm making a fool of myself today, so hopefully I won't make a fool of myself tomorrow. Like, bro, my setup is so bad. It's so bad. I didn't even know I need two monitors. Like, it's pretty much required to have a second monitor to do a proper streaming. I thought I can do it on a single monitor. Yeah, okay. I do every possible mistake today. That's my goal. I will collect as many mistakes. The bigger, the better. Hopefully everything will crash. Yes, I am. Well, originally, I was made in Poland, but I live in UK for 20 years. So, yeah, almost half of my life. Not half yet, but almost. Yeah, stream looks fine. Phone for chat. That's excellent idea. I'm an idiot. But because I'm an idiot, and people, I don't know, I think they feel like it's not insulting to help me because I'm such a fool sometimes, and it's just a simple advice. Oh, just use the phone. It's like, of course, bro. It's like, why I didn't think about this? Yes, I'm using my TV for a monitor. Okay, where is the game? Game is here. So let's start the game. I'll just answer a few questions about MSI Afterburner. So I didn't know, but I can only stream at 1080p and make sure. Okay, so this is running. Let's just reset everything. And let's start from 100 FPS. So when I reset that, it resets everything, 100%. Is it very laggy? Is it very laggy for everybody? Ah. But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Okay, I will know tomorrow. Okay, I will. Is it? Okay, let's see in a moment. Let's see. Okay, because it's 60 FPS stream as well. So let's do 60 FPS game as well. No, the game I put everything 1080p. Well, the desktop is 4K, but YouTube doesn't allow me to stream at 4K. YouTube only allows me to stream at 1080p, and I put the game at 1080p as well. Okay. Is it laggy right now? Maybe. Let me reset the numbers. Okay, I will do it just for a moment. This is a lot of people were asking me about resetting the numbers, and it's extremely important with Riva Tuner Statistics Server to keep resetting the numbers manually. It's like because otherwise they get messed up and they get stuck very quickly. Like every 1 minute, you're supposed to reset the numbers. Okay, let me check. Is it laggy? Okay, I will turn it off. I will turn it off. This is very bad. It works perfectly fine for me. I don't understand why. On my PC it works fine. So I don't know what's the problem. I don't know what's the problem. Huh. Okay. Anyway, is it better now when I close the game? Is it better now, or it's still at one FPS? No, I think it's OBS setting. I think it's OBS setting, because on my PC everything works fine. Settings, stream. So everything is. That's. No, I didn't ignore. Video. Output, streaming. So I'm using AV1, and I'm doing only this. That's very low. That's very low bitrate, isn't it? I may be doing something wrong. I don't think OBS suck. It's more likely me sucking at this. Like, I'm really horrible. I'm going to find out what's the problem. But I guess that's why a lot of people stream from a second PC. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Okay, now I know. Now I know I cannot play the game because I need to sort it out what's going on. On my side, everything was perfect. I've got perfect 60 FPS. No, I'm not working in IT. I'm just a guy. I'm not working in IT. Quite the opposite. Okay. Okay. So, let's open actually MSI. A lot of people were asking me about resetting the counter. When you using MSI Afterburner, you need to set up a hotkey for begin recording. And begin recording is like starting a benchmark. If you don't do that, it will start averaging the number from at first 10 seconds, 1 minute, but then later 15 minutes. And your numbers will stack. So you need to, there's two ways. Either manually keep resetting the numbers, otherwise you get either too good or too bad the numbers. And if, for example, I have like perfect FPS and I will grab a coffee and coming back, and because it was like 10 minutes of buffering, then the average is so big that it will absorb small hitches. The graph will still react, but the 1% low and 0.1% low can hold stable. So it's very important to keep resetting. Otherwise, you can have really horrible, disappointing numbers when actually it's good, or can fake too good numbers. A different way to deal with that, if you want to just use it as your overlay and not resetting manually, in this settings, you go, where is that? Percentile. Ring. You change from unlimited, like the buffer is unlimited, to ring. Ring, it means it will go in circles and will keep resetting, I think after 30 seconds or something like that. And then you can use it like a normal overlay, like Steam overlay, and you can keep running. Or ignore all of this, just hide 1% low, 0.1% low, because it can be very misleading and disappointing as well, and just keep the graph, frame time graph, you know, the line that supposed to be flat most of the time. It won't be flat all the time, because any loading time, something happens on the screen, like something loads, you can have small hitches here and there. But ideally, it's as flat as it can be during gameplay. Like during gameplay, ideally you want it as flat as possible, hopefully 100% of the time. I cannot like talk to the guys. I need to put here because my camera is somewhere here on the screen. So let's actually have a chat. I love having a chat. My settings are perfect. Audio is good. It's only the video. Just the video. Yes, now it's 60. I need to sort it out. I'm probably gonna do like smaller test maybe tomorrow midday just to see, maybe private test with somebody, guys, and see how it works. So I know it doesn't work. I don't know what. Maybe you can tell me. Does somebody know? Guys, if I check here, yeah? Output. Okay. Is there something wrong here? Streaming, output. Now my screen is at 4K. My performance is excellent on my side. It's something to do with the streaming itself. Like you've got very bad performance. By the way, you can steam from. I can, but I'm not sure if I want to. Because I don't have Adrenaline on Linux and I want the same setup on both Windows and Linux. I like both systems. Check your. I cannot. If I can check, send you the settings. Yes, OBS is fully updated. Can be the drivers as well. Can be the driver. I think my drivers are fine. Actually, I've put a lot of effort recently to make sure my drivers are clean. That I wasn't trolled by Windows again. Yeah, that's the thing, Anton. That's the thing. AMD software is excellent, and it's actually much lighter than OBS. It's got pretty much zero overhead. I can record with Adrenaline, and during the gameplay, it's like no hit to performance, like literally zero, or so close to zero I cannot even measure it. It's so good. It's excellent. One thing that AMD really done well, they done a lot of things bad, and sometimes they fumble so bad it's hilarious, but that one thing AMD done excellent. The Adrenaline recording with AV1 hardware accelerated recording is excellent performance wise, but I don't want to use that because I want to use the same setup on Linux, and I've got OBS on Linux. I don't have Adrenaline on Linux, unfortunately. Tom, I cannot check at the moment. I cannot check direct messages right now. I cannot do it. I wish, but I don't even know where I put my phone so far away to not disturb me, because I'm supposed to have in front of me so I can check the messages. Hopefully I will sort it out for tomorrow. That's the thing. When I start doing something, I cannot change it. It's already streaming. It's already, everything is grayed out. So for audio encoder, for streaming, I had no option. For video encoder, I use this one. But everything just works fine on my side. Is it the problem? Maybe I shouldn't touch it. It's not the default setting. Rescale is disabled, so it doesn't upscale to 4K. I should do that, yeah? AMD H264. I thought, because I always record. For recording, I always do AV1, and the quality is excellent. And no hit to performance on my PC. So that's pretty much all. This is default setting, except of this one. This is not default. Audio, I think is default. And normally I do 4K, but I had to change to 1080p because Google or YouTube didn't allow me to use any other resolution or any other resolution higher than 1080p. We're getting stuck here. Okay, so let's go. So by the way, I just wanted to say, like, when you do want to make sure, because I'm working on that video as well, when you want to make sure that you have 100% clean GPU drivers and Windows doesn't screw you over, a lot of people, let me see if I have, oh, yes. This is just a screenshot. This is just a screenshot from AMD Radeon. And normally at the bottom you have prevent downloads of drivers from Windows updates. Now a lot of people reported, and this is the case for me as well. This one doesn't work. Windows can still update your drivers even if you ask in like few places, please don't do it. And Windows said, bro, I've got you. I won't do it today. I will do it tomorrow. Okay? So this one doesn't really work. But when you apply all the settings and really make sure that Windows doesn't update your drivers, and you actually do the deinstallation with display driver uninstaller DDU, and you reboot your PC and maybe reboot twice, where is that option? You're supposed to have no drivers whatsoever. Like Microsoft, this is my Radeon 7900 XTX. You're supposed to have no name, just basic display driver and no settings whatsoever. That's when you have no drivers. And this is the moment when Windows cannot resist to help you. When Windows really want to help you and update the drivers. But if you do the job well, it's supposed to stay like that and not update anything. So you cannot change resolution. Everything is locked, just 1080p. I think it's 24 Hertz. It's really horrible. You cannot play any game. You're not supposed to be able to play any game. Like you play the game, it doesn't launch. It's supposed to be like that. And then it means that it's clean. And now it's ready to install the real drivers. Yeah, I'm working. It's a simple video. I'm working on that video. Now let's go back. Guys, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. I love you guys. I love you guys, but I'm so bad at this. Oh my God. Let's read the comments. Should I read the comments? I wish I could hear you. Bro, your stream on YouTube is it 480p? Oh, okay. No, you can change it. You can change it in settings. Bro, I'm not sure if you can YouTube up. Okay. I use Wi-Fi. Maybe it's your Wi-Fi. I'm flat. Okay. You know what? Because a lot of people came here about asking about 10.8 about 1% loss as well. So let's have that as well. Let's move it here. So I'm looking at the camera a little bit as well. So it's impossible to have frame time flat 100% of the time in all games. It depends what you mean 100% of the time. Like you go to the settings, like gameplay itself, you can have 100% of the time, like gameplay itself. But sometimes you transition from gameplay to settings, or you move to a different era, and that short, like very short loading screen, for example, you can have a small spike. But the gameplay itself, you're supposed to be able to hold 100% stable frame time graph. So I don't know how to, I think that's the best explanation I can give. You should be able to have during gameplay, but the game is not just gameplay. The game is also going to settings, and that can change your frame time graph a little bit. Go into settings, go into the main menu, or if, for example, fast travel, that's very CPU heavy, it will drop. Like, don't worry about fast travel. Fast travel is not gameplay. But when you fast travel to a new place and you reset the counter, if you do it manually, then you reset the counter then, and it's supposed to be stable. When you do benchmark, like normal benchmark run, when benchmarkers run benchmarks, they, for example, spawn in the city, for example, and have a route. What you do in benchmark, you reset the counter and you go from point A to point B, or make a circle, and then take whatever, like stop recording, take a screenshot, whatever, however you want to do it. You record the numbers at the end. That's how you do it. And for that benchmarks, for normal benchmark run, 100%, you can have perfect run. But benchmarking is not real life as well. So it's another problem maybe of benchmarking. Benchmarking is not real life. I use Wi-Fi, sorry. Huh, maybe I can show it tomorrow. Yes, even unoptimized games in some well, the worse the game is, the more difficult it gets to get stable numbers. The better optimized game is, the easier and higher you can go. Like if the game is very heavy to run, you may keep dropping the numbers, keep dropping the FPS. And also it depends of your hardware. If you have few generation old hardware, it not magically rise the numbers. But no matter what, at some point you should be able to get stable FPS during gameplay itself. So shouldn't stutter while you're running. Shouldn't do it. Some games have very bad traversal stutters, and some stutters are unavoidable. Yes, actually, traversal stutters are really difficult to avoid. If a game has them, then yeah, some games you cannot actually optimize when I think about this. Some games, but anyway, this is another thing. This is another thing. When I made my first video, the 60 FPS, my goal was to show guys you can improve performance. You just apply these settings and you can greatly improve performance, greatly improve frame pacing, the feeling of smoothness, stabilize the graph. And I think we should focus on improvement and don't get obsessed with perfection, because when we chase perfection, the perfection will keep running away from you and we will be always disappointed when we're supposed to be grateful for all the wins we get. If it's improved, okay, that's a win. Okay, we know, now we learn how to we can improve it. This one setting is already better. Can I make it better? If you can, that's great. If you can't, but it's already better than default settings. That's already a big win, isn't it? No, I didn't try Xbox mode. Almost never play on Windows actually. Most of my videos are on Windows, but when I try to chill and relax, I don't chill on Windows. Microsoft doesn't let me. But I tried the Sinking City too. It uses maybe I will try. The thing is, guys, I don't own every game. I'm just a guy. I cannot buy every single game just to see how it runs. If it's really stutters, I pay like what, $60-$70 for a game just to say, oh yeah, really stutters. Sorry, I cannot do anything with that. Vast majority of games have traversal stutters. You can minimize it but not remove them. Do they? Give some examples, Dango. If you can give some examples. Yes, a lot of games have traversal stutters, but are they 100% unavoidable? Maybe. I'm not sure. Depends what game. Like one of the best examples of bad traversal stutters, and it's a popular game, it's Dead Space. But you can greatly, almost to the minimum, reduce them. But yes, Dead Space, for example, is a nightmare. It's something wrong with the engine, but you can still help. Like we aim for improvement. If we aim for improvement, then it's much easier to be happy and grateful. If you aim for perfection, it's very likely you will always be unhappy with performance. So be careful with that. You know, learning to be grateful in life, it's a skill, I think, as well, and it makes no okay. Resident Evil 9. I didn't have traversal stutters in Resident Evil 9. I don't think so. What I did have in Resident Evil 9, when I was playing as Leon in that city, Raccoon City, the first part, like open world part in Resident Evil 9, even though I had like perfect frame time, like my numbers were perfect, I felt that something is not right, like underneath. And maybe it's animation error, like because it's a pipeline when the FPS is created, and depends when you measured or at what point in the pipeline you measure, you get different numbers, and the numbers are not aligned, they are not the same. So you may measure at one point and it's perfect, and it's very wrong somewhere else because something really bad is going on at a different point of making a frame, and then it's misaligned. And even though you get the frame in a perfect order, it's like the picture, like imagine frame is just a picture, was taken in a wrong time. So even if it's displayed correctly, it was taken in a wrong time and it's misaligned. So I think that's what maybe is happening with Resident Evil 9, but for me only in a like Raccoon City when I was playing Leon. But in general, I was quite impressed by Resident Evil 9. I was really happy with the performance, but it was on my PC. My PC is not the best, but it's okay. It's decent. I didn't have any problem with Leon personally. I'm really curious. I don't know. I don't have Grand Theft Auto 4. Again, I cannot buy every single game as well. I'm just a guy. This is just my hobby. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, a streamer. I'm just a guy who barely finds time to even do this, what I'm doing now. It's very unusual for me to find a time at so early to do a video. Okay, so Resident Evil is one of the best game in terms of starters. So you agree that it's got good performance, or it's got like ironically, sarcastically, the best starters, like the biggest one? Ah, okay, yes. I'm sure I know what you're talking. Okay, Silent Hill, I've heard it's got very bad traversal starters, and you cannot fix them. Again, I wish I could play those games and just test them. And some may say, oh, just pirate those games. But pirated games may not work the same as official games from Steam, from Valve, with all the new patches, with also DRM applied. Because sometimes pirated games can work better, or sometimes the official game can work better because it has newer patches. So, and I don't want to support piracy as well. Like, I don't have to. So I don't want. No, good performance. I'm just a guy. That's, yeah. I mean, yeah, but okay. To be fair, I bought few games just to benchmark. Like for example, Cyberpunk. Look how many hours I've got. Yeah, 26 hours. 26 hours just testing. Yeah, just testing. I don't know how easy it is to unlock the first achievement. And a lot of people, when they start a YouTube channel, I'm sure this is the same case for a lot of people who do in YouTube. As soon as you start doing YouTube and just testing performance, you will have tons of hours, and it will look like from outside like, oh, these guys keep playing all the time. Bro, I'm not playing. I barely playing. Like, yeah, I do play sometimes, but most of the hours is actually doing very boring stuff. And if there is some problems like with Windows, if Windows starts playing with you, sometimes you like waste a whole day to fix Windows. Yes, I agree. Cyberpunk is one of the best games to test performance, and it's got some very unusual settings. So for example, so it's unique engine, it's got its own benchmark, but also different settings within the game, like unique. You've got path tracing, different level of ray tracing, and what I like about Cyberpunk, it's very niche, but it's one of very few games in the world that's got two limiters. Normal FPS limiter, like in-game limiter, but also half VSync, a quarter VSync within the game. Normally such option is not available for AMD GPUs, only Nvidia can do it, and also through like third-party apps. I think it's like Nvidia Inspector app, you can do half VSync. On AMD you cannot easily do it, but this game has it inside the game, Cyberpunk. So it's very good game for benchmarking. It's actually amazing, and it's popular, so very relatable for a lot of people. But it's not Unreal Engine 5 game. The best Unreal Engine 5 game to benchmark, I think the popular ones are the best, because again, that's what relates to most people. Like I would say for Unreal Engine 5, what would you say? I would say Hogwarts Legacy, one of the most popular Unreal Engine 5, and it's actually pretty decent performance, but it's got traversal stutters. Black Myth Wukong, because again, amazing game. So Unreal Engine 5, Hogwarts Legacy, Black Myth Wukong, bro, and Expedition 33. I think these three games, because they are popular, heavy Unreal Engine 5 games with unique set of problems and challenges, but all of them very good games, very popular. Hello guys. Hello Matthews from Brazil. Hello. Taking the opportunity. Bro, so whoever just joining in, my goal is to make as many mistakes today as possible. So hopefully my stream tomorrow will be my official first stream. Hopefully it will be less horrible. So what we discovered today, I cannot stream gaming at the same time. For some reason, something is wrong. It's perfect performance on my side, like it's perfection, but people see 1 FPS or 2 FPS. So I don't know. Now, the thing is, this is new subject for me. Beam me up, Scott. Okay, let's say Scott. The thing is also the problem with drivers. Now, we don't know, and it's very difficult to check if you are screwed by Microsoft and your drivers are working at 100% capacity, like you're getting 100% performance what you're supposed to get from your GPU. Some people said that NVIDIA is not impacted by this, but I'm not sure, and it's so difficult to check because every time is a little bit different. But if you sometimes wondering why my performance is so bad in this game, and this game is like so priced, like everybody's saying, oh, the game runs so well, 10 out of 10, overwhelmingly positive on Steam, and you said like, why it's like run so like crap? Maybe it's because of drivers, maybe Windows did something. And as I mentioned before, maybe once in a while run DDU up and then double check. I will show this again. So run this up, make sure, like apply every possible settings, making sure that Windows doesn't screw you over, doesn't auto update your drivers, that you use your own drivers of your choice, and then just wait 10 minutes, maybe even longer, make sure that Windows doesn't change that. And when you're sure that it doesn't apply their own drivers, then install your own drivers of your choice. I think that's the best way, as far as I know, to make sure that Windows does the job. Okay. Linux better. Now, okay, I love Linux, guys, but I don't recommend Linux on my channel a lot. I like talking about Linux, I like liking Linux, I love Linux, but the reason I don't recommend Linux, because for example you like playing Fortnite, and then what? Or you need some application from Windows, and what? Or you have 5090 and you love path tracing, and the performance on Linux on that 5090 is not so great, then what? So I like Linux, but I'm in a niche of having AMD GPU and playing mostly single player games. If you in that small group of people, then Linux is great. And you also need to add that you like tinkering with Linux. You don't mind learning new stuff because you already know Windows. Maybe you don't want to waste time. I love Linux, absolutely love Linux, and I don't like using Windows that much. It's actually, I hate sorting out problems that I didn't create. The randomness of Windows. Like, I ask Windows, bro, listen to me. I don't want Edge. I don't need Copilot. Okay, let's uninstall that. And Windows, yeah, I've got you, bro. I've got you. Yeah, of course. Yeah, easy. Let's uninstall. I've got you. Respect. 3 days later, bam, on the front page, big, auto open, auto start with new icon on the desktop and advertisement. Would you like Office? Just $100 per year. No, skip. You remind me in 3 days because you cannot even skip. Remind me in 3 days. Like, bro, like, brother, are you really want to disrespect me so much? Are we really playing this game? What application I need to use to disable you? You know, just to move you out of the door. Uh, yeah, Windows sucks, but it's also amazing at the same time in some things, and it's kind of needed. Ideally, is you have both. I like having both. Well, Lolo, bro, about this Xbox mode, how many times you want to? Okay, you know what? I will try it. Okay, I will try Xbox mode tomorrow. I will do it. No. Okay, I'm just reading comments right now. Okay, let's read it out. Hogwarts Legacy. Yikes. For me, Hogwarts Legacy, I bought this game for benchmarking only. Just to benchmark. I think it's quite good for benchmark, especially that one spot that everybody is using in town that you run circle, at least for performance, because it's very CPU heavy and GPU heavy. It's very good benchmarking game, but also it's different when you test for traversal starters that you would test in a different spot. Expedition didn't have any starters. I've got perfect performance in Expedition. Okay, so you've got good performance in Expedition 33. An amazing game, by the way. Absolutely amazing. One of the best things you can do to improve, okay? If you have AMD X3D CPUs, global C states in the BIOS. No, I haven't tried dongle. Actually, I do the opposite. I have everything disabled at the moment. So my GPU have no factory overclocking. It's completely stock. No undervolting, no overclocking, no PBO. Everything pretty much 100% stock. And because of the RAM apocalypse, I went a step further and I disabled Expo. Luckily, with 3D CPUs, even if you disabled Expo, so your RAM, instead of being fast, actually works very slow, it's got very little impact on performance. So it's like literally stock, not even Expo, not XMP. So my like good RAM 6000 CL30 is running at ridiculous 4800 CL40. So the worst possible, pretty much. Okay, here you go. GTA 4 for you. Fate Keeper. What does it mean for you? Anton. By the way, Anton, I see you quite a lot. I really appreciate it. I see your name all the time on my channel. It's such an amazing feeling. Thank you. By the way, everybody who is here watching me making a fool of myself, thank you so much. Did you? Did you give? Okay. Okay, now I feel obligated, yeah? I need to test it. And we'll see if it works on Linux as well. So what do you want me to test exactly? Starters, Linux performance, Windows performance? I will take a look. All the Battlefield. So Battlefields again, a no-go. That's the thing with Linux. You know what? I use Linux since like 2000, so really old. I had a break from Linux, but I started using Linux like in when the dinosaurs was walking on Earth. That's when I started using Linux, very long time ago. And I've had my lesson very early to not oversell, to be very careful. I really pushed my neighbor, like so excited about Linux, and I finally convinced two of my neighbors to try Linux. It was such a big mistake. One, I was the like IT guy fixing their problems because they constantly had problems because they wasn't tech savvy. They wasn't interested in learning Linux. They were disappointed, and they were kind of annoyed by me. So they kind of allow me to do the Linux just well, from time's perspective, to finally let me do the Linux for them. So I finally like leave them free. So be careful of overselling Linux to not create Linux haters. Make sure they will be happy with Linux if you recommend Linux. Make sure they don't play Fortnite or Battlefield, or they have a laptop with NVIDIA GPU and have secure boot active. They cannot disable, just every single roadblock possible, and you recommend them Linux. Linux is definitely not for everybody. It's amazing. I love it, but don't oversell. Don't create Linux haters. In short, okay. I I would love to hear you. Like I would love to have a chat with you. Like we're sitting in, like by the table, have a coffee or a beer or whatever is your vibe, and we're having a conversation, talking about performance, Windows, Linux. That I would love. Like I said, I only played 1 hour so far. There is a mod, yeah. Actually, this mod, a lot of games work way better if you have DXV Vulkan, pretty much Vulkan mode. But not every game. But a lot of game actually run way better if you can mod them with DirectX to Vulkan. I think that's what it means. GTA 4. I've heard it was always a very bad PC port. That's what I've heard. That it was always bad. So my approach is, Dangle. Yes, I know I can overclock undervolt, but it's not my thing. And I don't want to make my PC too unique. I want to run my PC as stock as possible so I can make those videos. And if somebody tried the same things on a similar spec, they're supposed to get the same results. And because I'm not using Expo right now, so it's probably even worse than normal, because most people would run Expo, not normal. Like that's like obvious. You run Expo on your RAM. Given that Linux has to, yes, but not always. Not every game run better on Linux, and especially on NVIDIA. On NVIDIA, it's pretty much close to 100% of games run better on Windows if you have NVIDIA GPU. With Radeon AMD GPU, I'm not sure if it's half and half. It also depends what kind of GPU you've got. The older your GPU is, the older the generation, it seems to work better on Linux. But the newer one, it's half and half, I think. For me, a lot of games run better on Linux, and even if the numbers are similar, they feel smoother. I don't know if it's different frame pacing, but I also cannot check the latency on Linux. Maybe they are smoother, maybe the frame pacing is better because they feel better, but I can be biased. And sometimes it can be smoother because the buffering is bigger and it adds more latency, and that's what's smoothing out. It's like Linux has more time to place the whole frame in order, but then it adds latency. So it's a trade-off. That's very often, I think. Hey Václav, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. By the way, I highly recommend Hardware Accent Discord channel. It's by far my favorite Discord channel. In my opinion, in my personal opinion, it's the best Discord channel. I might be biased a little bit, but I think it's the best. The best people. That's ray tracing performance on AMG. I don't use ray tracing on Linux, and it's kind of a pain because in many games on Linux, ray tracing is disabled. You don't even see that. It's grayed out. You have to jump through hoops to even reactivate ray tracing on Linux. But I don't like using Linux. I don't like using ray tracing. And my GPU is not very good at ray tracing. Like very light ray tracing, sure, why not? Especially shadows. I like ray traced shadows. I'm not a big fan of reflections. But yeah, it's worse. It's worse. It's just because you have to jump through hoops. I'm not sure about performance itself. Yes, we have a Discord channel. Let me check. I will share the link. It's the best, bro. It's the best. Okay, that's a private. So, Tom, I'm not going to read your comments now because the only way for me to open now is publicly. So I'm not going to do that. No, it's not here. It's here. I will share the link. But yeah, you have invite to server. I will just drop it here. Edit invite link. I didn't, for example, I didn't know the links expired. And you cannot permanently change. Every time I create a link, I need to change to never. Okay. Paste. The best Discord channel on the internet, in my personal opinion. Just saying. It's amazing. Say hello. It's not a lot of people, but you know what they said. It's not the numbers, it's not amount, it's the quality that matters. That's what people say, especially about people. So this a small group at the moment, but excellent, pristine, absolutely amazing. So yeah, we've got. So that's the logo. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I need to sort it out, this OBS recording during the game plan, because that was the whole idea. My plan was to play Cyberpunk and answer your question about this one. And a reminder, so yeah, unlimited, if you change this one, then the Riva Tuner statistics server will act as normal overlay and it will keep resetting itself. If you do that, that's like a normal, no, other way. So this will reset itself. And this is for benchmarking only, because otherwise you have to reset manually them yourself. Otherwise the 1% low will get stuck. Or, let's close this one. Let's open. Don't get stressed about 1% lows. Like for video it's different. But where is that? Monitoring. Deactivate everything. CPU usage, don't worry about all this stuff, and leave just frame time, just to have something visual to know if you have stutters. And don't get stressed, for example, about this one. Like I make videos, but when I play games, I disable all of that. I just enjoy my games. I know they work well, and just switch it off and just enjoy my games. If I play games, I don't have that much time recently. But sometimes I have too much time and I just get sucked. Like I was playing Dragon Quest recently. Big mistake. Big mistake playing Japanese RPGs, 100 hours games. And if you have a weakness for trophies and you like 100% of them, oh my god, big mistake. Okay, let's try a different game. But I think it will be horrible as well. Something easy to run. Okay. I was playing recently, so this is super easy, supposed to be extremely easy to run. Okay, so let's see if it's running very bad in both full screen mode and sorry, in full screen mode and windowed mode. So let's step by step. If it works, we can try something different. Maybe it's my settings, maybe it's the drivers, maybe it's something else. Let's just turn the volume down. Okay. Maybe it's Discord, by the way. Maybe it's Discord. Let me close it. Maybe Discord doing something. Look how many stuff I've got. Bro, why it's even on? Well, okay. Discord, once again. Make sure. Okay, let's see. It's lagging, choppy. Bro, is it lagging now? Is it better now or still bad? Still bad? I'm moving window. Now this is normal because this is not a gameplay. I'm moving different application on the screen. Well, it's not 1 FPS. My accent is Polish accent, but I live in UK for 20 years now. It won't get any better. This is the maximum of perfection I can achieve of my accent. Is it fine now? Bro, it was Discord then. It was Discord. It was Discord. So it is fine now. Okay? All good. Okay. I think I also got a big delay from what I see and what you see and then getting the replies. I think I've got huge delay. Okay, stop the game. And let's start maybe something in between. No, let's do the same. Let's do Cyberpunk. Okay. What else I can close? This I can definitely close. This is disaster. Yeah, having too many information like overlays, like power draw, every single data possible can also introduce stutters. This game also ran differently. I cannot minimize. Is it choppy or not? Okay, I don't need Discord. I don't need Discord. Absolutely unnecessary. I don't need Discord. It can also be a web browser. I'm not supposed to use a web browser at the same time. But I'm still an idiot. My goal is to be the biggest idiot possible today. For anybody who just joined the stream, I try to be the biggest idiot possible, collect every single mistake possible. Like, I've collected Discord mistake. Now I know, never again. But maybe using Google Chrome, and there's actually another one. Let's close it as well. Actually, let's close this one as well. Why I'm even using this one? Close it. I have it here. Is it better? Okay. Okay, let's start. Let me know. So we go to the game. It's only 60 FPS because also that's what stream allows me. Okay. I need to reset the numbers. So now when I reset, that's what I get. And just gameplay should hold like that. If it has traversal stutters, then it will have jumps. Then it will change. But frame time is the most important. Don't worry about having 1% low a little bit off. It really, don't get obsessed with that. And if I go somewhere and it's like a small traversal stutter, does it really matter? I mean, if I go through corridor and I'm moving mouse and then stutters, then yes. Is it better now? Okay. It's OBS settings. Okay, I'm closing. It's OBS. Maybe it's a full screen mode. Okay, because it's working in a full screen. Okay, maybe. Why this one is opening? Close on. Okay, you know what? Let's try different, just in case. Different game. Let's make some mistakes. Different. Okay, now let's do the same. Let's see. So will be 1 FPS for one moment. Or can I change here? No. It's different here because it must run for a moment like that. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. Sorry, guys. 1 FPS. But is my voice okay or not? Do you can hear me well? Is just the image that is bad, or is everything choppy? Settings. Okay, windowed. Okay. How about now? How about now? Okay, audio is fine. Audio is good. Check in the game resolution. Maybe it's the mismatch. Okay. Is the performance now okay? Okay. So as you see, just going out of game, it will absolutely screw your FPS. The 1% low. You've got all the status and it will we stuck. Still lagging? I wonder what's the problem. Now it's fine. Is it fine? It's okay. Is it okay? Okay, so the full screen seems fine. Okay, seems fine. You may see, I don't know if you see screen tearing because there's no VRR in a windowed mode. Okay, working good. So not full screen. In that case, I'm not sure because I'm, okay. Let's see this one, okay, ready? Yeah, full screen is broken. But with this game, I cannot do it. It acts like that. See? So I can only do 4K. Image is choppy. That's the thing with Windows as well. And OBS. OBS. This is OBS settings then. This is OBS settings. Okay. I had the same problem with a Dead Space when on a 4 screen. Yeah, I don't think I should do it right now. I will do it next time. I'm afraid to crash in the stream. You know what? Let's play different game because this is one of few games. This is just a few games that behaves like that. Unfortunately, it's very good benchmarking game. Next time, I will run my desktop at 1080p. Okay. Hogwarts Legacy. Very popular benchmarking. Do I have this? Yeah, I have installed. Let's see how it behaves now. Is it okay now? Yes, I know, but source not the but game. That's the solution. That's the solution. But then I have to game capture. Ideally, I'm just a guy. Okay, now perfect. Okay, preparing shaders. Yes, the best way is to have a separate PC with capture card, with a capture card, bro. Okay, I'm so bad. I have camera here, so I'm looking at you here, but I'm looking at the message here. It's absolutely fries my brain. And now, can I move? Oh, bro, okay. So let's wait for shaders compilation. Beautiful. Takes so long. And because I'm using, I don't know if it takes longer now, because I'm streaming. Probably. Yeah, ideally I would use that, but I will sort it out. I will find a way. Maybe won't be. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to be perfect. It's most about information. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not aiming for perfection. I'm just want to share what I know, have a conversation with you guys, hopefully learn myself. Just create a layout in OBS with two sources, game window, and webcam. I think I should do it. No need for second PC or second monitor. No need for a Now, next time I will have. I wonder how. I need. You know what? Now I know what I don't know. You know these levels of mastery? You start at the level when you don't even know what you don't know. Like, I didn't know that it's so tricky, or it's not obvious how to have like normal chat messages on the screen. Like, I don't know how to do it. I have this botched window in front, like covering everything. So I'm that level that I'm just starting to learn what I don't know. And look at this 1% low. Perfect zero. It's beautiful. By the way, how is the performance now? How is the performance? I have 0, 1% low. Perfect, no? That's why it's important to reset the numbers. And if you have this like loading screens, it always will be very low. Okay. Now I need to see what you. Is it better? Is it better now? Or is it 1 FPS? I will. Yeah. I probably need to learn what you're saying, Anton. I need to create maybe layouts, because some games behave differently. If they insist on a normal full screen, then on my 4K screen you will just see a quarters. Is it bad lagging? Okay, doesn't work. Is it good now or not? Is it good one or not? It's a huge delay. I think it's like 1 minute delay from what I see and from. Is it good now? Choppy. No good. No, it's good. It's good or no good? Yeah, it's good. Oh, so it's lagging when I transition between settings. Okay. Okay, so look at this beautiful 1% loss. That's what happening when you don't reset the numbers. You said, "Oh, why my performance is so bad? I've got 0 FPS." It's not so bad. So it's begin benchmark. And if you do it this way, now it's really bad, okay? I think it's a little bit, I'm losing a little bit performance. The more important is frame time. I've got some, now it's getting better, stabilizing. So this is popular like a route for benchmarking. You go around the city. Now it's good. Got very small, but it's only 0, 1% low, not even 1% lows. Normally people even don't measure that. But you have to reset that manually. And normally I'm going here and just read the numbers. So normally what I do that and that's reset. And normally what you do, like look. No, I think it's too heavy. All this streaming is a little bit too heavy. Like start the benchmark and go around and see. So I'm losing. 0.1% low is not perfect. 1% low is. 0.1% is not. But the frame time graph is okay. But it's not perfect. I cannot hold perfect. Now, no good. Okay. Okay, let's close it. And I cannot get instant feedback as well. I don't get instant feedback as well. It's so delayed from what I see. Then you see 1 minute later. Oh, is it that heavy on CPU? Okay. What I'm doing wrong? This is one setting I've changed. And I expected, because it's hardware, this is all GPU and like separate section of GPU. So I'm encoding with my GPU. So it looks fine. Stream. This is fine. Just as normal settings. Unless I did something wrong here. Output. So it's not recording. This, yeah, just normal. Just normal. And 1080p. There's not much you can change. But this can be wrong. And my desktop is 4K. Maybe I should encode with CPU. But I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't. So, maybe this setting is wrong. Something with here. Let's close this one. This one. Properties. Capture method. Maybe one of those. But it's only one option. Yeah. Window mode, when it's in window mode, it works fine. I know what can be wrong. VRR. VRR. Huh. Oh my god. Display. I think I cannot record with VR. If I change now, will it crash? Will it crash if I change to 1080p? Or not? Should we try? Okay, let's try to switch off VRR, because that makes sense. If only in a full screen. Okay, oh wow. So it was set to 60 Hz. Dynamic refresh rate is off, yeah, because it has to be. And now VRR only activates when you play the game. That's why it's different on desktop. When it's on desktop, VRR is deactivated unless you activate this one. Okay. Okay, let's crash. Let's crash the stream. Okay, in a moment. In a moment. Why in a moment? 1080p. Are you there, guys? Okay, black screen. My god, it's so bad. My god. I don't see anything. Where are you guys? Okay. Are you there? Okay, why it's like that? Why I don't... Okay. My God. Wow. Brother, why you are like that? Why are you like that? Brother, what the hell? This is like, what the hell? I don't have this. Wow. Wow. Guys, I'm coming back. Anyway, we will know if it. Brother, wow. Yes, I couldn't resize that. Okay, should I Control Shift Win B? Is that Control Shift Win B for OBS? Hello, hello. Hey, Pixelbyte. So, for anybody new who just joined in, just explanation. I'm making fool of myself. This is a test how much of a fool I can be. I'm collecting every single mistake and problem I can make. And what we find out that I'm not supposed to use VRR. It's absolutely messed up with everything. Discord maybe as well, but I think maybe Discord was activating VRR. Anyway, let's check with VRR off. Where was this? Okay. FreeSync off. VRR off. Let's see now. Control Shift Win is GPU. No, GPU reset. Like, bro, are you sure? Are you trolling me? Are you trolling me? Are you competing with Microsoft and Windows to troll me? Because it looks like that. No, I love you guys. I love you, but okay, let's not crash just yet. Let's wait with a crash a moment. So now performing okay. Look, brother, can somebody explain me what's going on? My God. What is going on? It's already crashed. Okay, let's do that. Control Shift Win and B. Control Shift Win and B. Control Shift Win. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. I cannot preview. Now I cannot do anything. Wow, I cannot. You probably see me. Oh my God. Okay, we crashed OBS. OBS is crashed. I cannot click on anything on OBS. That's a good mistake. Now it's working. Now I can look. Can you see me now? Because my OBS is completely broken right now. It's completely broken right now, my OBS. Wow. I've never seen OBS broken so badly. My God, what I've done. Can I start the same stream again? Because what happened to me before, I stopped the stream and it instantly led the stream to videos and I couldn't restart. It started a new one. Yes? No. I cannot right click on the preview of Windows. No, out of it. So this one. Okay. It's such a pain that It's so delayed. It's really like 1 minute later. But it's the application that is broken for me. Not. But do you see my desktop now? Do you see my desktop now? Or not? Do you see anything? The right click on the preview window. No, out of it. I'm losing. So you see me. And it's full desktop, yes? Yes. So maybe I shouldn't worry about broken. Look, there's nothing here. It's black. Completely. Gone. Deleted. Have you ever seen that? Very small. Okay. Very small. Okay. It's too small. Because I broke it. Okay, let's try again. It wasn't a good idea. Not during live stream. That was a very bad idea. And now it's a different way of broken. Oh my god. No. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna crash the. Yeah, gonna crash for a moment and restart the stream. Let's see how it works. Am I back? Guys, back in black. Bro, don't scare me. It's perfect now. Okay, so it's perfect 1080p now, I guess. It's perfect now. So that's what I'm supposed to do. Just do 1080p, everything 1080p, because that's what streams allow. And don't. Okay, that's a lesson as well. I thought I can do 4K. I can't. I mean, yeah, it doesn't work perfectly. Okay, so let's start the game. Very good lesson. I love these lessons. Okay, let's start again. It's perfect now. Let's start the game. Okay, supposed to activate. You know what? Give me a moment. I think I see my phone. I will grab the chat to not switch back and forth. Okay. Let's open the chat. Is it here? Okay, I don't even know where to look. No. How it's now? How it's working now? Okay, I'm not moving. While you not move. But okay, let me reset because let's move. What do you see? You see a game? (1080p). So 0.1% is not perfect. But the frame time graph is, I think it's fine. Okay. Okay, test. How is now? Perfect? Is it perfect? Okay, lesson learned. Lesson learned, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we'll be okay tomorrow. What have I done? My God, I stumble a lot. Lesson learned. Thank you very much, guys. I love your support, guys. Really. Perfect. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So what I wanted to show you, instead of resetting manually, very simple trick we can do. Oh my God, so big. How do I? Whoa. Whoa. Why it's so big? Why it's so big? 100%. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay, maybe it's even better. Maybe you can see better as well. So what we can do. Whoa. Okay, I cannot grab. I cannot grab. I cannot. Okay. I probably should start at 1080p. Just connect my 1080p monitor and just be a normal human being. Don't do this silly stuff. Okay, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. I wanted to change settings here to reset the 1% low by itself. So I don't have to. So I cannot hold 0.1% low while streaming. And I'm not sure if in this game, but again, 0.1% low is such a silly number. 1% low is good enough. Or just leave the frame time graph. As long as the frame time graph is flat, it's fine. And the thing is, we have different apps and all of them disagree. Let me see if I can show desktop now. Let's close the game. Settings. So MSI Afterburner, different result. CapFrameX. CapFrameX is funny because it's using the numbers from what I know from Intel Presentmon, but the frame time graph from MSI Afterburner. And it's using the MSI also, or Riva Tuner Statistics Server to be precise. So it's using Riva Tuner Statistics Server to display the numbers itself while gaming. So it looks very similar, just different colors to this one. But the numbers shown is actually from this one, from what I understand. And hardware unboxed using this one. Now, Intel Presentmon is used by Gamers Nexus and it's very respected. But I'm not sure if it's that good or it feels good because it feels complicated. And everything complicated must be good because I don't understand. Maybe it's just like a mental trick, you know, like oh, I will look complicated so I look more expert tool. But can you see me now, by the way? Lesson learned. Can you see me now? Mic cut off. Should I turn? Yeah, maybe I should. Let me turn the volume down. I think I was getting too high with the mic. I was going to the red. I think it's better. Okay, so you can see me. Yeah, so that's the problem with every single app showing different numbers. And they, like this one with Riva Tuner Statistics Server, have two different numbers as well because you can measure the numbers at two different spots. Special K, very powerful app, have three different spots to measure FPS, but it's not really benchmarking tool. And this is another one not well known. Nobody using this one. Very simplistic app. So we've got all different numbers. And this one here, this is directly from NVIDIA. Very simple app, very minimalistic. What is unique about this app? It's showing latency, but I'm not sure how precise is that, because I've got a tool. I bought a tool that you put on top of your monitor to measure latency. And I've got different numbers than from this app than from the tool. Now this tool shows much lower number, which makes sense, doesn't calculate everything. It just calculates a portion of something. But it's a very cool thing. Just if you use it, be very mindful that the latency can be extremely misleading. The difference between different settings is way smaller than it may appear in this app. But what is also cool about this app specifically, the 1% low is very different from all of those, but it probably the closest match to the VRR settings. You know, when you use your overlay from your monitor, not every monitor have that, but especially monitors with VRR, FreeSync, G-Sync, they have that settings that shows refresh rate or FPS. It's not actual FPS. They sometimes call refresh rate FPS. Some monitors have that, and even when you lock your FPS to like perfect 60 and it's like super perfect, doesn't budge at all. It's not perfect when you ask your monitor about refresh rate. It's like jumping up and down. It's very unstable, and on many monitors that's one of the reasons why you have VRR flicker. This app doesn't have any limiter, but it represents that VRR fluctuation the best. It's like almost 1-to-1, or maybe even it is 1-to-1, which also makes sense because it's provided by GPU maker, and it's at the very at the very end of the pipeline when you create a frame. So it makes sense. Very unique app. Works with AMD, even though it's provided by NVIDIA. Lesson learned. Yep, yes. Capframe X Beta has its own over. Oh, I didn't know that. Is it? Is it? Instead of really? Oh, I need to test that. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Capframe X. Let's check the website. Capframe X. Capframe X. Okay, this looks like Intel Presentmon. Or is it completely own? Overlay provided by Riva Tuner Statistics Server. Presentmon for the numbers. Ah, because it's beta. It's beta. Okay. Okay. I will need to try it out. It's on archive. Okay, I will test that later. NVIDIA app over, yeah, makes sense that NVIDIA app overlay uses FrameView. So that's why you've got, and again, using overlay from NVIDIA, then at the top, for example, at the same time, you can have Steam overlay with their own numbers, and you can have MSI Afterburner on the other end, and all three showing different numbers. It's a mess. It's a mess. And also kind of liberating as well, because if it's so messy, so it's kind of irrelevant in a way, and it's kind of, in my opinion, yeah, it lets you free, because yeah, okay, if it's such a mess, I don't care anymore. But it's still helpful. All these FPS limiters making the frame time more flat, it all helps. It just need context. They conflict with each other. Yes, some of them, but the one that conflicts with everything is Special K. You can really crash so badly that you sometimes have to reboot the whole PC. Special K, these two together, oh my god. Or Intel Presentmon and Special K. I'm not even sure if they're gonna work together. Some of them you kind of can use together, but some of them you cannot. You shouldn't generally use them, but I've tried, and if you're lucky, you can. Why I shouldn't. The same with FPS limiters. You shouldn't use different ones together, but sometimes I was thinking it may create very interesting results, because whatever is lower is the quicker it gets activated. The first one, like for example, you have 60 FPS using MSI Afterburner, and for example, Special K you have at 65. So that Special K probably won't activate because you are not reaching that FPS. But what if you've got just 1 FPS above, just in case to hold it more stable? Maybe it would work, maybe it would help. I haven't tried it, but maybe it's like, another safety net to hold the FPS more stable. Special on. Also frame limit saves, and yes, uh, frame limiters save energy, and people don't know, very often they reduce latency. If you have your GPU at 100%, like you get to the top, there is a latency penalty for being at 100%. So that's what anti-lags actually do. They reduce the GPU just a tiny little bit to reduce the latency. So having completely uncapped FPS without anti-lag activated, you actually have higher latency than if you apply a limiter on this thing. That's what the point of Reflex, yes. Yes, that's what the point. Reflex, what I've heard, also is one of the best for saving energy. That's what I've heard. And for AMD has cool one. It's got chill. Let me see if I can open. I like that one. It's different, completely different than Reflex, different purpose. It's for single players only. It's here. Chill. So it's got two. So idea behind chill is to reduce power. It's optimized to lose power, and the reason it's got two, but almost nobody use it, two different ones. You have one if you're not moving the camera, because if you're not moving camera, you need much less FPS, and that's also the reason why some new games have cutscenes at lower FPS, because the camera is fixed. You can feel it lower FPS, but not as bad. And this when you move camera, when you move your mouse on a right stick on a controller. But most people use it together like that. And there is another one, but very unique, only in global settings. Where is that? Here. It's not available per game. Frame rate target control. I think Nvidia has something similar as well. I don't remember. I haven't used Nvidia for a while. This one is extremely heavy. It behaves very similar to VSync. Very heavy. Very heavy latency cost. But maybe also in some cases, maybe the most smooth at the end. I normally don't use it. For me, it's a little bit too heavy. I don't see the reason. And my VRR, I'm lucky with VRR. My VRR works really well. Not everybody's lucky. Unfortunately, a lot of people have bad VRR. They have flicker, or it's actually reduced the smoothness because the fluctuation in VRR is too wild. Like you said, 60 FPS, but the variation is like from 50 to 70 or even bigger. Like sometimes can double the refresh rate. Do you use fan control app? No, I don't. So I've got everything stock as much as I can. As I said, everything is so stock, it's ridiculous. Like not even for RAM. But RAM for a different reason, because in normal scenario I would use Where is that? Performance. Performance is here. So everything is stock, nothing is activated. Everything is stock. I don't use anything, no PBO, everything default. And this model of my GPU, it's the same as the official AMD model, what is the Thunder edition. So no factory overclocking as well. So this is reference settings. I think that's how it calls, reference settings. And yeah, nothing activated. Okay, yeah, power consumption, not so bad for, this is for CPU. That's actually very bad for GPU for just recording. But I'm okay. I like this GPU because I can use SteamOS. It's a balance. NVIDIA is probably better overall, but worse on Linux, and you cannot use it on SteamOS. And I like SteamOS. I think SteamOS is pretty amazing. No, I don't undervolt as well. So guys, if I repeat myself, it's because a lot of people just joining, and to let them catch up, I think I have to, well, not have to, but I think it's the right thing to do, just to let people know what's going on. Like letting people know that the goal of this stream is to make as many mistakes as possible. Like we already crashed the stream because we crashed OBS, we crashed everything. Yeah, the stream just crashed because I changed the resolution midstream. I changed the settings in OBS midstream. Apparently, it's a not good idea. Who knew? No, I don't undervolt. The reason why I don't undervolt because I want to keep the settings as stock as possible. So if somebody has similar hardware to mine and do what I do, they should get at least the same result as me, if not better. If not better, because, and especially because they won't be running OBS at the same time, not recording at the same time. So hopefully they will get better and will have the RAM work at full speed, not at the reduced speed. Good question, Dango. Do games on Linux on your setup run smoother? Good question. They feel like run smoother, and it's related to our conversation about this. Every application show you different 1% low, so I cannot compare 1% low. I cannot. Some games run way better on Windows. Like recently I was playing Neo 3 and the performance was better on Windows as well, but on Linux was even worse, was disaster. But for example, Resident Evil 9 and Pragmata from Capcom, both of these games were running about 15% better on Linux, which is massive. 15% better, which is massive. But also they felt smoother. Even when I limit to 60 FPS, for some reason, but it can be biased, I cannot check it. There's no way to check it. 1% low, as you can see, they can mean anything. They kind of, this is the own thing. So they feel smoother. And I spoke to other people, they have the same experience, but there is no tangible proof if they are smoother or not. They just feel smoother on my PC, but I think it's also the case only with AMD GPUs. I don't think it's the case with NVIDIA. With NVIDIA, it's quite the opposite, unfortunately. They feel smoother, but it's not always better. Like some settings sometimes are not available, like with ray tracing. On the other hand, FSR 4 on RDNA 3 on older GPUs is available on Linux for a very long time, and then it was available on Windows as well. So it's a mixed bag. Again, ideally you have both, and it's like a toolbox. You have a toolbox, you have a screwdriver, and you have a hammer. What is better? Actually, screwdriver is better because you can use it as a hammer. So obviously it's better. Yeah. Yes. a huge difference in traversal stutters on Linux, but also a little bit different. I've got, I don't know, like extremely heavy stutters when I first launched the game on Linux in Dead Space, and it felt like shader compilation while gaming, like 1 FPS for few moments. I mean, like longer one, like 1 minute, like unplayable when you start the game. But then it's way better than on Windows in my case. Like huge difference. I actually made a video quite a while ago showing that difference. But it wasn't showing everything. It didn't show the first start of the game of Dead Space. Like when you initially start the game on Linux, it runs really, really bad. But then everything stabilizes and runs better. So it's just different. Yes, Valve done excellent job with Proton. Actually, Valve invest in Linux for over a decade. They've done Steam Machine about 10 years ago. It was big failure. And the funny thing with Valve and Gabe, it's a private company. It's not publicly traded company, so they are not obligated to focus on profit, because publicly traded companies are not fully private. They don't have full freedom. They are obligated to be kind of greedy. They regulate it, and they can be sued if they make too many mistakes. Like Jensen from Nvidia, if he starts wasting money, he kind of has no choice. If AI makes a ton more money than gaming, then he needs to have really good explanation to shareholders why he's wasting money of making gaming GPU. That's the kind of a problem and challenge if a company is publicly traded. Valve doesn't have that problem. So Gabe, if he was a CEO of a publicly traded company, Gabe would be fired multiple times for failing with first Steam Machine. For second Steam Machine was bad luck. But he done a lot of failures along the way. A lot of big wins, but a lot of failures. Steve Jobs from Apple, many people don't know, Steve Jobs was fired from Apple and later rehired because shareholders didn't like how Steve Jobs ran Apple company. So if Steve Jobs was fired as a bad CEO, Gabe would be fired multiple times. Luckily, Valve is a private company. They can do a lot of mistake. Gabe Newell is a legend. It is a legend. Yeah, with Proton, with Linux, and it put pressure on Windows. Even if you absolutely don't care about Linux, a lot of people don't care. It put pressure on Microsoft to care at least a little bit about gaming on Windows. But for me, it's insane how Microsoft lost the opportunity. They own the operating system. They have their own gaming shop. They have Microsoft Store. They have Xbox PC Store on Windows. And yet nobody buy games from them. How you screw this up? It's insane. It's insane. But you can't compete with Valve. Valve is so insanely good. But also fascinates me. Nobody even tried to compete with Valve. Why? Why Epic is so bad and they don't even try to get better? Like, it's mind-blowing. Why nobody try to copy all the good ideas? Like, bro, everybody knows Steam is good. Everybody knows. Why you are not copying that? Like, just copy. You know what I think they trying to do? Like Epic Store. Why it's so bad? Because they make very silly decision to copy PlayStation Store instead of Valve, instead of Steam. They thought the simplicity to not compete with Valve directly, to get the vibe from PlayStation Store. PlayStation is great, but the store is horrible. It's worse than Epic. It's worse. It's hard to believe, but Steam Store is worse than Epic. It's so basic, it's unbelievable. The pricing, the features, no normal reviews, there's nothing. There's nothing. It's so bad. And I think other stores try to copy PlayStation Store. That's what I think. Yeah, everybody, like really. The only store that is kind of good in terms of features is GOG, good old gaming. But unfortunately, they don't have games I want to play. So for me, that's the problem with GOG. Hopefully, it will change. I wish. Let me see some. Yeah, you can see as well, yeah, what I'm reading. You can see everything. So now I know what I need to do tomorrow for my stream tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, GOG is amazing. And it's from my country as well, which is very unique. There's very little stuff like that from a small country. Probably publicly traded. GOG is public. No, GOG is not publicly traded anymore. So what happens? GOG, the store itself, was sold to one of the founders. So now GOG, from recently, it's a private company, and it's not does yeah, it's not owned by CD Projekt. It's not part of CD Projekt. So they got disconnected from Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk as well. It's not one thing anymore like it used to be. So now GOG is its own thing, and it's private company. So now we have these two stores that are private companies. Epic is publicly traded as far as I know. Yes. And that's it creates a lot of problem, because if it's publicly traded, you need to focus on profit, and on profits now, not in 10 years. No, per quarter. You are judged by results every 3 months. Like, bro, how you can plan long ahead if you need to show results in 3 months? Then, if you want quick wins, quick results, you just fire people. You botch your company, you destroy the future for a quick gain just now. That's a problem with publicly traded company. Windows is unique. Microsoft is publicly traded, yes. Nvidia is publicly traded. AMD is publicly traded. So they must focus on profit, and short-term profit as well. Unless they have very good CAO, like Jensen, like him or not, he is amazing. He's one of the best in the world. He's got talent. He's amazing at making money. He's really good at this, and he survived really difficult times. But they are obligated to be greedy. That's how it is. With publicly traded company, there's no choice. If a CEO doesn't focus on making money right now, he can be fired. Jensen, as a founder of Nvidia, if he start messing up for a while, he could technically be fired. But he's too good. It won't gonna happen. He's just too amazing at what he's doing. Like, bro, like it's like the most important company in the world right now. Well, keep valuing their customers, and they keep Valve is making things that cannot happen. You cannot justify some of the things they do if it would be publicly traded company. No company would, air quote, waste money on Linux for over a decade, more than 10 years. I think it's 14 years when they officially said they invest in Linux, when they released Steam app on Linux. They invest in money, effort, and focus on Linux. They are really focused on Linux. Their hardware is Linux hardware, Steam Deck and Steam Machine. They are really focused, okay? Like, I cannot emphasize how they are focused. It's just very difficult. But I think they are able to change it. And it can be beneficial for everybody. If we have a choice, ideally we will have a choice. Windows will be good because they start to be a little bit scared to lose the position, and it will be beneficial for everybody. Choice. Ideally you have both, There's no switching, oh, switch to Linux, switch back to Windows. Ideally, we can have both and use the best tool for the job. A screwdriver or a hammer. You don't need to choose one. Why would you? Meanwhile, valuing the customer. How they will work with I think they do. Were there news about? I know. Well, Nvidia definitely working on drivers on Linux because all their money are on Linux. AI is Linux. Linux drivers is all Linux. Now gaming drivers, GeForce drivers, yes, but the thing is they don't care about gaming right now, and I don't know if they even can, if the situation they are in even allows them to care too much about gaming, if it allows them to release a gaming GPU right now. I think they're gonna keep delaying because there's no point because of the memory prices. Like how much 6090 will cost? 5,000 MSRP, and then yes, Nvidia is the best. Yeah, 6090 is the best, but like theoretical for most people GPU. They care about AI. They have no choice. AMD has no choice as well. I think Lisa Su is criticized probably as well why they don't take even bigger advantage of AI. Why they don't take more market share of AI. That's how it is. It leading this way. They want us to play on the cloud. Nvidia, AMD, maybe. It's easier for them to sell to one customer who buys millions of GPU rather than going through the trouble to selling every single individual cheap GPU, different prices, different years. If they sell in GPU for data centers, they have one or two models, and it's just how many you want. You want 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, like how, that's how you scale. For customers, every single GPU, you want this amount of VRAM, I want this, you want below 300. I'm not sure, below $300 per unit. Like, why would they care? And the thing is, it's not like they are bad people. So it's like that's how it works. They are pressured by shareholders. That's how it's regulated. They have no choice. They need to be greedy this way. Yeah, but they are good for open source. Yes, they are. Well, they are open source drivers, but I think they kind of have no choice. That's their selling point. That's why, for example, Sony and Xbox, from what I understand, is both lower price of the hardware, but also because it's open source drivers, they can customize drivers for console, for examples, but also for data centers. Sometimes, if it's specialized data centers, open drivers, very often open drivers are beneficial. I wonder when it will be the bubble will pop. I wonder. Because so many people are disappointed with AI, but it's also such a race. And we don't know where it's gonna lead us, this AI. It's so painful, so dangerous. It can really damage. It's already damaging our economy. Like everything is so expensive now. Everything is so crazy. No, not just PC, like everything is so crazy. So many people losing jobs as well, sometimes too quickly. Companies regret firing people and they're trying to get them back. Yeah, it is what it is with AI. Will go bankrupt. OpenAI, yes, maybe. I don't know. We don't know. This with OpenAI is so crazy. OpenAI need only one customer to not go bankrupt. US government, Pentagon. They just need one customer treating AI as a matter of national security, making sure that American US AI is ahead and far ahead of Chinese AI. And I think a lot of countries actually take AI like extremely seriously, almost uh, like a race, like military race. Who will be most powerful? And doesn't matter they wasting money. They're gonna waste more just to make sure they are ahead. That's what worries me. Of course, I have no idea what's going to happen, but OpenAI needs only one customer to survive, and I don't know what's going to happen. They burn a lot of money. That's true. It's insane. Really. I think even if you create, like even put money in the fire, I don't think you could shuffle money so fast. You know, real money, paper money. It's crazy. Pyramid scheme. Also as well. You know what the companies do? This OpenAI, Nvidia, and different companies between each other. They transfer in money from each other. Imagine your brother or sister or your friend. Imagine your friend ask you, you know what? Send me $100, and then I will send you back. You send him $100, he sends you back, and he says, oh, do it again, just 10 more times. You know, do it again, and you do it like every day, and suddenly you have like $1 million income on your account. But also all the transfer to your friend you call investment, and you have $100 but multiple times. You have like millions dollars of investment to your friend and millions of dollars of profit, even though you have exactly the same money from the beginning, you know, and at the end. You just exchange the money a few times, and you do some clever accounting, and you have millions of investment, millions of donations, you know, investment towards you, investment towards different project. You are a successful company making zero money. So yeah, that's the pyramid. Yes, Lisa Su is Jensen's cousin. Apparently, it makes zero difference. We're not supposed to talk about this, and you are crazy if you even mention that, because that doesn't make, there's like no connection there. It doesn't matter. Apparently, it doesn't matter. So what? They are family, very far cousin. Doesn't matter, guys. Like, what are the odds? What are the odds that the only two GPU pretty much companies? Yeah, you have Intel as well, but the big companies, they're just cousins. Like, what interesting coincidence. But when you talk about this, you are, you know, like, I don't know, uh, how you call this conspiracy theory, yeah, if you mention that. I There will be a lot of big crashes. Look how much money even Microsoft is wasting. How many companies wasting so much money on an AI? It's like insane, insane, brother. It's insane. Bad Oracle, guys. I think I will be finishing this one. We've done a lot of mistakes together. Thank you very much for watching. I will make another. So tomorrow is the actual stream I want to do. Hopefully, I've done enough mistakes today. I will try to start my stream at 1080p without VRR, and should run smooth. At the end, the Hogwarts Legacy was working fine. Is that right? At the very end, the last one. Just wanted to check. It's a huge delay. I say something, and I think you see this 1 minute later. Popcorn stock will go up. Yes, so it was working fine. Yes, okay, that's excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with me. I was expecting one person. I said one person would be amazing, 10 people would be a huge success. Guys, I love you. I absolutely love you. If you want to say hello, you can visit the best Discord channel in the world, in my personal opinion. It's got very good name, the best name as well. This one here, look, and I'm there as well, and a bunch of absolutely amazing people. Hey, Václav. That's how you pronounce his name, Václav. Best name ever, guys. I love you, and hopefully see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. If you have any more advices, recommendations, what we can talk about tomorrow, enjoy. Just chill. Just have a conversation. Maybe let's talk about AI. When it gonna burst, how badly they will burn, how glorious the fire will be when everything will burn, like all these AI data centers, how miserable all those AI big bosses CEOs will be. Just just enjoy. Just enjoy tomorrow. Guys, see you tomorrow. Now, let's move. Look, I don't have the button. Stop